Hello everyone and welcome to the INFINOX Market Insights with me, Richard Perry, analysing markets for INFINOX on Monday the 12th of April. Now in today's video you're going to learn that it's a fairly quiet start to the week, but could that be the calm before the storm? We've got a whole raft of key tier 1 US data. We've got inflation numbers tomorrow just to kick things off, but also we've got a load of Fed speak as well with Jerome Powell and a load of his Fed members speaking this week, but also we've got the start of US earnings season as well. Now, with regards to major markets, not a great deal of movement today. Forex is fairly flat. Equity markets are slightly lower though, but it'll be interesting to see how that pans out. Now, don't forget the INFINOX support and resistance table at the end of this video. Always good for levels, I think. Now, with regards to charts, we've got some key levels being touched on cable. We've got sterling dollar, which has hit the 136.70 mark. That is a key level of support being tested, but the market has rebounded. It is still, I think, vulnerable to the test of that support though. Looking at the Aussie dollar today, Aussie US is again just consolidating in a support band, and that support band is not really managing to kick in too much buying pressure, so the Aussie is still also looking a bit vulnerable. And finally, with regards to that US earnings season, we've got the S&P 500 futures pulling all-time highs, but it is looking stretched up above and looking at the top of an uptrend channel. So is this the moment to be buying US stocks is the question. Let's have a look at these charts. And onto these INFINOX MT5 charts now, and we can see that cable has again come back to this 136.70 line of support here, which essentially also comes in at this uptrend as well. And this is a really key moment for cable, I think. Just zooming in slightly, you can see that it's actually picked up bang on that support today. If you look on the 4-hour chart, you can see actually a bullish engulfing candle as the market has rebounded, but it's got quite a considerable amount of resistance overhead, and it's basically now coming into test 37.25 area up towards 37.80 area, a whole load of old highs there from late last week. Can it get through that? Well, it would need to, I think, get through that 37.80 area to really suggest that it is a turnaround play. But at the moment, I'm not really expecting that. I think it's going to continue to test on that support at 36.70 mark. And if you do get a downside break of that, you could quite quickly see 35 to 35.50 area, I think. And also that uptrend there would be coming under threat. So moving on to the Aussie, another story of a potential reversal pattern. This big top pattern area is still being tested. I spoke about this a few weeks ago, and it's still as it has not yet broken that line really of support. It had an intraday test of it, but didn't do it on a closing basis. But it's still not really managed to gain any real traction on the upside. And you see the momentum indicators here, the RSI, the relative strength index, faltering under 50. That's never really great when that happens. Also, this 21-day moving average is rolling over. The 55 is rolling over, starting to test downside and produce resistance, really, that moving average. And you need to see the Aussie above that line of resistance there at 36.75 to really suggest it's gaining traction, but the candlesticks are now falling away, and it would suggest, I think, the Aussie is going to continue to test that line of key support. I think a close below the 35.60 area would induce a bit of a downside break and be the move that would see that the market would be opening some downside. And finally, onto the S&P 500 futures. Just as we look ahead towards US earnings seasons that kicks off this week, the market is coming up to test the top of this uptrend channel. It's actually an expanding uptrend channel, which would suggest if the market does start to correct, it could correct fairly significantly. But I've got in here this purple area, which is the latest breakout area, which if you look on the get the crosshair and you sort of 39.50 up towards 39.85, 35.90 area could be a pullback area. But look at that RSI, the relative strength index, above 70 now. Now, every time it gets to hit that 70 mark, it pretty much does pull back for a good few days. So that could be the risk this week at some stage at the top of that trend channel. But certainly, I think looking stretched and a pullback is due. I'd still be looking to buy into the weakness, but I think that if you were looking to go, if if I was looking to go long on S&P 500 futures here, I think that comes with quite a great deal of risk. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed the video and I hope you found it interesting and informative for your trading. Join me again on Wednesday, where I will be looking at the fallout from the US inflation numbers, looking ahead to US retail sales, and also some Fed speak as well, in addition to the US earnings season. Lots going on this week, so join me again on Wednesday. I will leave you now with the INFINOX support and resistance table, and I'll speak to you then. Thank you.